friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on understanding the difference between your ascendant and the moon sign. So friends, not only this video is going to serve the purpose of doing the right personality analysis for someone also at the time of transit. Like in majority of the transit videos, you will find this most commonly asked question where people get confused whether do they have to watch this transit video from their ascendant or from their moon sign. So we will also try to cover this confusion as well. And lastly friends, we will also try to look at the spiritual aspect of these two entities, because many times you must have heard so many spiritually inclined people saying this thing that in order to be happy and contented in life, you should instill the thoughts and the attitude of gratitude and gratefulness. And friends, if you will decode this aspect of life or this emotion of gratefulness, so you will find out that being grateful has nothing to do with your life's conditions. You might find all those people living in terrible life condition. Still, they are very grateful. They are very thankful towards the gods, towards divinity. And you might also find all those people with all the riches in life. They are still complaining. They are still whining and living a very hateful life. So now it all comes down to understanding the ascendant and the moon sign, which will answer you all of these confusions and all of these turmoils. So friends, to begin with, now when we talk about ascendant plays a very important role in our life because it lays the foundation of our life. It tells about the path which we have to take in this lifetime, like all the major movement, achievement, transformation, gaining something or losing something. All those things happen from your main ascendant chart. Friends, like no matter how much knowledge you have of astrology, you know about all the divisional charts, you know about nakshatras, you have studied everything. All this information can help you or could serve the purpose of supplementing the information to the main ascendant chart, but the actual event always happen from the main ascendant chart. So for example, now if you want to look at an individual's matrimonial life, you will look at the planetary alignments and the condition of the 7th house. Now if you want to look at a particular native's professional life, you will look at the condition of the 10th house. So whatsoever you will find from the main ascendant chart, that is going to give you this idea about what exactly is happening in those areas of life of this native. Now friends, come the role of the moon sign. Now if you will make the moon sign as the ascendant, so moon sign definitely tells about your emotional psychological state, it tells about your personality, it tells about your character. And when you make your moon sign the ascendant, it tells about your approach, your attitude, your expectations, or your way of looking at all these things, all these different areas of life. So now I'm going to simplify this difference with a simple example. So let's take the example of a Libra ascendant native. So for example, if you want to look at the matrimonial state of this particular person who has got a Libra ascendant, so you will straight away look at the condition of the 7th house. So for example, if you will find a debilitated Saturn placed in the 7th house conjunct with Rahu, so that is going to give you this idea that oh my god, this person's matrimonial life is going to be filled with all sort of cheating, deceptions, delays. Now friends, like just stopping you here, like you have to even look at the condition of the time, era, country, culture as well, because there are still so many culture and custom where you will find that no matter how much difficult a matrimonial life of a person is, those people or those couples still stick together. Now this could be the devotion or intensity of love of one person towards another, or this could be the fear of society, fear of the community, family, whatsoever could be the reason. But now just by taking up this example, you got this idea that yes, this native's matrimonial life is filled with all sort of struggle. So this is the actual concrete path or situation of this person's matrimonial life. Now comes the question, what is this native's approach or his way or outlook towards looking at his or her matrimonial life? So now for that, what you have to do is that you have to study the 7th house from the moon sign. So for example, this same person who has got a Libra ascendant in the 7th house, he has got a Saturn and Rahu conjunct over there. And if this person has got his or her moon to be present in the 4th house, that in itself is going to give this idea that this person is very emotional, because moon is present in its own original Kalpurush Kundli 4th house. And if from the 4th house, if you will go to the 10th house, there you will find a exalted Jupiter over there. So that is going to give us this idea that no matter what destiny has laid a matrimonial life or path for this native, which we are getting to know from the main ascendant chart, but if you will look at the same difficult matrimonial life from the subconscious or emotional state of this person, you will get to know that this person is still very optimistic, very positive, very filled with thoughts of gratefulness towards the gods, because of the, even for all the difficulties which this person is going in the matrimonial life. So that is the difference between understanding the difference between the ascendant and the moon sign. Now guys, this principle or formula applies in all different areas of life, whether you talk about the 10th house of profession, of career. So for the world, to the society, you get this idea that oh my god, this person has got such a amazing job, such a good bureaucrat job, such a good political top cabinet. This person has got, his life must be set and he must have been enjoying all the riches, all the conveniences and amenities. But the moment you look at the same planetary condition from the moon to the 10th house, by making the moon sign as the ascendant, you studied the 10th house, you got to know that there is so much of war zone which has been formed over there. So that is going to give this idea that no matter how good life conditions destiny has provided to us, if the same houses are not well balanced or in a benefic aspect from the moon sign, we might live even within those good conditions filled with all sort of resentments and all sort of negativity. So that is the first thing, friends, which I wanted to tell you as a part of understanding the difference between the ascendant and the moon sign. Friends, now comes the second part of our today's discussion, now which is about understanding the importance of ascendant or moon sign at the time of studying the transit. So friends, I always emphasize that when it comes down to understanding and looking at the transit of the karmic planets, like for example Saturn, Rahu and Ketu, so it is always advisable to study it from the moon sign, because whatsoever happens which Saturn brings in our life, it has some sort of karma, it has some sort of karmic energy entangled over there. Saturn only brings the results of our own actions, our own deeds, and the agony and the trouble of Saturn always pressurizes the native on his mental or emotional state first. That is the only reason when we talk about Saturn's most dreaded Sade Sati, those 7.5 years of testing time, it is always studied from the moon sign rather than studying it from ascendant. And same is the case with Rahu and Ketu, which are considered as the nodes of moon itself. So even at the time of studying the transit of Rahu and Ketu, it is always advisable to look at or study the transit of Rahu and Ketu from the moon sign. So apart from the Saturn, Rahu and Ketu and the other planets, like when we talk about Mars, Jupiter, like Venus, Mercury, you can still look at them or study them from the ascendant. But in case of Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, it becomes very important to study their transit from the moon sign. And the lastly friends, now because if you also want to look at the spiritual importance of the ascendant and the moon sign, so if moon sign represents your Jivatma, ascendant tells about your life in this earth, or the kind of prarabdha, the kind of destiny which you have to reap in this lifetime. So ultimately everything and all the strings are being pulled by the divine, by the absolute reality, by the super consciousness, which is the soul significator, which is the Paramatma, which in astrology can be associated with the sun. So I was just reading this very good book by a Western astrologer, Isabel. So she has given this notion of part of fortune. So now how to calculate this part of fortune is that, like, what you have to do is that you have to add the longitudes or the degrees of your ascendant with the moon sign, and whatsoever resulting number you're going to get, you have to subtract it from the sun. That is going to give you this idea that in which house the part of your fortune is. Or you can also look at it from a spiritual perspective, the Jivatma, or the place with which you are residing in your life. How far are you, or how much is the distance which you have to cover in order to meet the Paramatma or meet the super consciousness. So that is something which you can get to know from this concept, which I am going to be soon explaining to you in further slides of this video. So that is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs on this concept of Vedic astrology. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.